welcome back to Not London Narratives, guys. And yes, we thank God YouTube has been acting up. The chat disappeared. My what do you call it? What do you call it? I couldn't see anything. I couldn't see anything. My screen wasn't being shared. But I thank God it's all back. It's all back. And it's all working now. So yeah, a lot has been happening. A lot. And when I say a lot, I do mean a lot. And a lot of people are excited. Am I happy when making signings? Yes. Am I as excited as everyone else is? Not really, honestly. But yeah, it's good to see. It's good to see. Okay. So where do we start? Where do we start? Is a deal agreed? So I want to show, not tell, because that's what they talk. Show, don't tell. So yeah, okay. So where do we go to? Tottenham finally strike 60 million Eberechi is a agreement with as Thomas Frank closes in on replacement for injured Madison. So this is the player that is on the lips of every Tottenham Hotspur fan, and a lot of people are really excited of the prospect of Eberechi coming to Tottenham, and a lot of people are incredibly excited, basically. And clear my feelings about this transfer. Am I over the moon? No, I'm not. I think he's a good player. Do I think he's a professional player like everybody's making it out to seem? No, I don't. But I would like to be proven wrong. Like I said, I would like to see every Tottenham Hotspur player play well. And that's the thing. The funny thing about this, my feeling is, I had to go and watch highlights. And the thing about highlights is, highlights can really skew your feelings towards a footballer. And I find that very interesting. So the thing about highlights is it is usually the best bits of a player, yeah, instead of a bridge. And I was thinking, okay, maybe I'm the only one feeling this way. Maybe other people don't see it that way. Let me check. I says maybe a bridge is this amazing that kudos killing. A lot of the skills are incomplete. They're not completed dribble. No. A couple years ago, like 3 years ago, not I don't know why I feel this way. Like I said, I've said it many times. Maybe it's an ego thing. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's an ego thing. Maybe it's because I felt like at all. Maybe just maybe. But that is how I feel. Now that is a Tottenham Hotspur player, I hope I'm wrong, and I hope like I'm in awe of this player. Do you get what I'm saying? And I hope that Ibra in me. I hope I'm wrong. Like I've said countlessly, I do hope I'm wrong, and I hope he's able to recreate that feeling in me. Honestly, I think I'm having network issues. So by God's grace, hopefully tomorrow we'll set up our link. So hopefully this network issue will not be a problem. So over recent times, it looks like his injury record has improved because there was a while where he was always getting injured. So yeah, it looks like it has improved. What are his strengths, consistency, positioning, and ankle play. Funny enough, a lot of people talk about how this guy is such a good dribbler. Funny enough, they didn't even put dribbling as a strength. Interesting. That is very interesting because I'm coming. Let me show you guys something. Let me check to confirm if what I'm remembering in my head is correct. I'm coming. Let me confirm so I don't misinform you guys. Give me a sec. Oh, so dribbling is not playmaking. Okay, they wrote playmaking. What they write here? Anchor play. What does anchor play mean? Let's Google it. Anchor play in football. What does that mean? A tactical approach where a player is usually a defensive midfielder. The player sits between defense and midfield, intercepting passes, winning the ball, distributing it to teammates, essentially acting as a shield for the backline. What? What does that have to do with Eze? Is positioning, playmaking. At least they wrote playmaking for Savio, which is creating chances. There's nothing like that here for Eze. Nothing. I find that very interesting. And Savio, who had last season, let me check. Last season, Savio had, I think, 11 assists and one goal or something like that. And he has a 7.28 average. Eberechi, with all his goals, let me check just to confirm. Savio last season had 10 goals, okay, 2 assists, and he has a 7.23. Okay. Eberechi with 14 goals and 12 assists. That's That's okay. So it Savio has 12 goal contributions, 7.23, and Eberechi has 26. That's more than double, and he only has a 7.38. I get it. One player is playing for City, one player is playing for Crystal Palace, but Eberechi is basically the main man. Everything revolves around him. And aside from that, City didn't really have an amazing year. Granted, they still finished what, third, but they didn't really have an amazing year. And Savio played Savio played 45 games, Iberici played 43 games, and that was Savio's first season in the Premier League, in a new environment and everything. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm not crazy. I know I'm seeing, and if you look at the minutes, exactly, if you even look at the minutes, 3,200 minutes, and if you check Savio, it's only 2,700. So that's like 500 more, 500 more minutes. So yeah, like, I don't know. Let's see. Honestly, like I said, I hope this guy is special, like everybody's telling me he is. But personally, me, Teslim Adekoya, I don't necessarily see it. Maybe that's why on my channel or on my thumbnail or my videos, I have a section called, or I have a video that I named Sportsy Opinions, because I know that a lot of my opinions might not necessarily resonate with everybody. So that's why I call it Fuzzy Opinions, because it's fuzzy. A lot of people might think this, I might think that, but me, a lot of the time, I don't necessarily feel that way. So yeah, maybe like I said, I hope he comes to the team. I hope he proves me wrong. I hope he's something special. I hope he's what everybody is telling me this guy is. But all the things I'm seeing, but I don't think it's special. I honestly don't think it's special. But yeah, let's see the data. So let's see the data. This data actually doesn't look bad, to be fair. So let's go to ChatGPT. Interpret. Doesn't really matter how I spell it. These stats for me. Okay. Use gold stars. Oh. I think it's quite clear that it's very poor in the air. Because even here, they highlighted its aerial use is weakness. It's very weak at it. It's very weak at it. And if you look here as well, they highlighted it as well. But yeah, let's see. Let's see the data. Let's see the data. So he's an attacking midfielder slash winger. Interesting that they said slash winger. Because a lot of people will tell you that Eze is not a left winger. Attacking midfielder slash winger, 27, right footed. Okay. His goal scoring is an average finisher, 2.5 star. Shoots a lot, but wasteful. Heavy reliance on long shots and free kicks. So he takes a lot of long shots. I think that is probably going to stop at Tottenham Hotspur when Thomas Frank starts coaching the attacking side of Tottenham, because high value XG shooting from inside the 6 yard box is quite important to Thomas. So yeah, his shooting volume, he's one of the highest shot takers in his role. So he shoots a lot. He's not afraid to take a shot. Um, I find this very interesting. So creativity and assists, strong chance creation, especially in set pieces, from set pieces. So his main source of creation is set pieces, from what I'm seeing here. Set pieces, 4.5 star, very good. So corners, free kicks, early delivery, frequent shooter from dead balls. So he's mostly set pieces, and this guy is meant to be a 10, by the way. Okay. So dribbling says is very good, 4.5 star. This was the Eze that I knew. Like when he first came to the Premier League, I knew he was very good at dribbling. But what I was seeing, like he's just getting fouled. That's all I'm seeing. Like if you see Kudus, and that's why I call Kudus a unicorn. It's not even just about dribbling. It's one thing for you to be able to beat a man and then you beat a man and they foul you. And what's the point? I need you to be able to beat a man and actually cause trouble, not beat a man and then they stop you. No, Kudus is able to do that. But anyways, so very strong take on success, flair in tight spaces. Okay, ball. You see, you see, ball carrying and progression. Very poor. A lot of things like that people think this guy is going to do for us, carrying us up the pitch. That is what a player like Eberich is meant to do for Tottenham Hotspur, and he's playing in Crystal Palace. That is meant to be counter attacking. They're meant to be counter attacking. He's meant to be the best player there. Everything is meant to revolve around him. He's meant to be the one carrying the team forward. So he beats men, but doesn't progress far. Lacks Jack Grealish style carrying impact. So he doesn't really carry his team forward. His passing quality. Key passes are high, but risky style. What does risky style mean? So he takes a lot of risky passes, poor completion percentage. But risky passes equals poor completion percentage. So they are giving him a 3 star for his passing quality. Creative midfielder. But anyways, he's a dribbler to create. But even that one self is not really doing anything with it. Pressing and tackling. Average contribution. Engages but not intense. 2.5 star. Surprisingly good at winning loose balls. 4 star. Area duels. 1 star. Very weak in the air. One of the lowest in his role. Overall profile. Dribbling, creativity, set pieces, and flair. Weaknesses: finishing consistency, shot selection. So shot selection is poor. He takes shots from horrible places. He takes a lot of long shots, not necessarily horrible places, but he takes a lot of long shots. His finishing consistency is poor because he takes a lot of long shots. And I've noticed that from the highlight videos I saw, he likes to place his shots in the corners. I noticed that from the highlights. That is something that he likes to do. Like he likes to find the sight, and that is very hard for keepers to catch. And if his game could go to a whole new level in the sense that because of the whole high value XG thing that we do, or that Thomas Frank does, and we will do, Tottenham Hotspur, then if he's taking shots from better places, he would do better. Let's even check his numbers over the years. So 14, 12, 11, 6, 10, 4. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's actually not bad. 10 for 11, 16. So that's 14 goal contributions. And year in, he has improved every year. Every year he has improved. So 14, 17, 26. He has improved every year. And that's something I give Sheshko credit for. So I will not come here and be a hypocrite and try to talk down Eberechi for that. So yeah, so his ball progression is a weakness. Crazy. For a player that is supposed to be this amazing dribbler, his ball progression is a weakness, according to the stats. His aerial ability is extremely poor. So his player type is a flair creator playmaker who thrives in the final third and on set pieces, less effective deeper or as a box presence. Interesting. So, you know what I want to do? Okay, let me not do that. There's no point. Let's do that. I wanted to do a him and Madison comparison, but there's really no point. But yeah, you guys know my thoughts on this signing. I think he's a good player, like I said, but if I think he's anything special, not really. Um, so yeah, let's see this. So A is for attacking, C is for creativity, D is for defending, T is for tactical, Tech is for technical. So this is him, his ability as a player. Attacking is 84. Attacking is 84. Creativity 78. Technical ability 84. Tackling 60. Defending 31. Um, so let's check his 24-25 season. 7.28. His heat map is mostly of the left. Incredibly interesting. Here, not even here. He comes here. Barely comes here. And it goes back to do a lot of defensive work. So Eberechi, let me see. Expected goals 10.5, and he scored 14. That's crazy because, like they said, he takes a lot of um, shots per game. Total shots 3.0. I'm guessing this is per game. So he takes like 3 shots per game. Crazy. Shots on target per game, 1, basically. Big chances missed, 8. Goal conversion, 8%. It takes a lot of long shots. Free kick goals, 0 out of 16. Okay. Free kick conversion, 0%. Goes from inside the box, 6. Goes from outside the box. This is 24-25, yeah. Okay. Goes from outside the box, 2 out of 57. Goes from inside the box, 6 out of 45. Headed goals 0, left foot goals 0, right foot goals 8. Penalties 1, 0. For a player with that much flair, that is not impressive, in my opinion. Because I always used to talk about how I'm worried. Okay, Shanta is here. Hello, Shanta. I'm worried. Wait, okay, Shanta, I'll come to your comments. Let me say something here. I always used to talk about how Tottenham used to win penalties because we had the likes of Son, Brennan Johnson on the wings, and these are players that can't cause trouble. And I was talking about how a lot of people seem to always mock. Um, they seem to always mock. They were mocking Cole Palmer in his first season when he was scoring a lot of pens, and it's because Chelsea have tricky wingers. They had wingers like Madueke, like do you get what I'm saying? So because of that, they had wingers that could cause defenders trouble, and they are very hard to mark. Because of that, they win a lot of pens. And if you're telling me that this guy is meant to be this amazing dribbler, and in a 38 game season, he didn't even win 1 pen, I don't know what to say. I find that very interesting. But anyways, I'm worried Crystal Palace won't find their replacement and block easy entry. City already blocked Savinio entry. I don't know what we're doing now. Shanta, I think you're, from what I'm seeing or from your comments, I think you're the kind of person who expects the worst and hopes for the best. And I think we're quite similar in that aspect. I find that very interesting because, like, a lot of your comments seem very like you don't have hope when it comes to Tottenham. Is it exit? Sorry, not entry. Okay, so I get what you're saying. I think I think Palace are going to find a replacement. From what Ben Jacobs has said, and I keep on making reference to him because, like, he's the only one that I've heard come out and say this. He said that Palace want to sell both Quay and Eze because they don't want to lose them money free. So they want to sell them because if you wait till next summer, now Eze's price drops. He has 1 year left on his contract, and they have to sell him, but for lesser money. Now is the best time and the most money they will be able to get. So they have to sell him, and I think they will because Crystal Palace is not in the kind of position where they can be letting a player like Eberechi Eze go on a free. Like, regardless of what I think of him, this is a player that is market value is like what, 58 million euros so far score. So I mean, you get what I'm saying? It's not necessarily an anyhow player. It's a very good player. You get what I'm saying? So yeah. Let me see. So sorry, I'm trying to take away this thing from the view, the ad. So Shanta left a comment. He said, "It's just with sports. I don't like to be happy before things are actually done. It affects my mental health." That's why I said, Shanta, you need to find a balance because honestly, that was me last season. But now I've just learned to just like control myself and control my feelings towards this club. Because honestly, if you're not careful, it can really do things to you. It can really do things to you. I don't know why this isn't changing, but it can really do things to you if you're not careful. And like, you need to protect yourself. You really do. Um, Let me see. Okay, we've been through all this. So it's passing, 8 assists. Expected assists was 4.68. This is what I was saying. So I said that in the highlights that I watched that Crystal Palace posted on this Eze guy. I watched the highlights. You can go and watch it. It was after my stream, preferably after my stream. You can go and watch it. It was his goals and assists for the 24-25 season. And I told you guys, I watched that highlights and I thought it was just me. But when I checked the comments, people were saying the exact same thing. I watched that highlights, the highlights reel or highlight video, coming out thinking, oh my God, what a striker Mateta is. Because a lot of Eze's chances created, and this was with my eyes, by the way. And now the stats here back it up. When I watched it, I didn't think that this guy was some creative monster. I didn't see anything special. If anything, the person that was special was Mateta. And I found that very interesting. And I checked the comments and I'm seeing people agreeing with me. And I'm like, okay, yeah, so I'm not the only one seeing this. And now going through the data, seeing that his expected assist is he got 8 assists, and his expected assist is 4 in the Premier League, 4.68, hugely overperformed. And that's because of Mateta. That's because of Mateta. That's because of Mateta, not because of anybody else. Can you see what I'm saying? Like, this guy, a lot of people are making it seem like this guy is the second coming of, I don't even know. But I don't think he's all that. But anyways, that's just that's just touches 46 points. You know what? Let's even check something. Wait. So 20, no, sorry, Premier League 24-25 goals per game. Assist 8, expected assist 6.1. Can you see what I'm saying? Savio is not even a 10. Savio is not even a 10. They have the same number of assists. But Savio's is even not as highly over performance of other or highly reliant on other players than Eze, and Savio is not a 10. Let's even that's not even who I wanted to compare him to, by the way. This is who I wanted to compare him to. Let's check. I don't even know this guy's numbers last season. This is the first time I'm actually checking. So his numbers last season: 12 goals, 10 assists. Interesting. In 2,700 minutes, Iberici, mind you, I get it. He's playing in a lesser team. I get it. But he's the main man. Everything is revolving around him. 3,200 minutes, 14 goals, 12 assists. Not too much of a difference. But anyways, let's go to Madison's assists. So basically 6 expected assists in the Premier League, right? Yeah, in the Premier League, and he got 7. Can you see? He's not like being carried by any incredible finisher. He's not being carried by any incredible finisher. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like a lot of people are expecting this guy. Okay, let's even check the attribute overview of Madison. Wow, the bridge is way higher. Crazy. Like levels above. Levels above. And their heat maps are similar as well. If you check, the both of them like to drift off the left. Madison is stronger because we play in a ball dominant side, but that's what the stats are saying. But yeah, I said it that Mateta was hugely carrying this guy, massively carrying this guy. But anyways, um, touches 46.6, big chances created over the course of a season 11. Are you serious? Let's check matters. 6. That makes Izzy looks good. Wow. 11. 11 big chances created. Interesting. Key passes 1.7. Madison key passes 1.3. Well, now that I think of it, Tottenham Hotspur actually did finish 17th last season. So, yeah, what am I expecting? Accurate passes 82%. Accurate in own half 93%. Accurate in opposition half 66%. Madison accurate in opposition half 77%. Interesting. Um, long balls 55%. Madison is 52. Accurate chip passes 50%. Madison is 43%. Seems like a better passer than Madison. Crazy. Defending. Interception 0.3. Tackles per game 1. 1 tackle per game. Incredible. Um, Possession 1 in the final third 0.5. Balls recovered per game 4.3. That's incredibly good. Dribbled passed per game 0.6. Clearances 0.2. Errors leading to shot 3. Errors leading to shots for Madison. Let's check. 1. Um, Successful dribbles. Aha. So Madison has 1.1 per game. He has 2.0 per game. Let's check Savio. Let's check Savio. We have to sign this guy. Honestly, I want him. I want him in my team next season. 1.8. So it's even higher than Savio. That's incredibly high. 2.0. If it's higher than Savio, then it's incredibly high. Um, Total dues won 4.8. I'm guessing that's defensive. Ground dues won 4.6. Aerial dues won 16%. Possession lost 12.9. Savio possession lost 10.1. Fouls per game 0.4. Was fouled 1.5. Savio was fouled 1.0. Exactly. A lot of these guys, Kenyans, are always foul. But yeah, I guess at least you win free kicks and he knows how to score them. Maybe that's even why he learned how to score free kicks because they always foul him. But yeah, let me see. Um, Penalty conversion 50%. Yeah, I know he missed He missed one in the Community Shield. He looks like a decent player, sha. He does, and funny that they didn't even put left wing here at all. But yeah, he looks like a decent player. He looks like a decent player. He does look like a decent player. I hope he's something special. I hope he's honestly what a lot of sports fans think he's going to be. But yeah, another player that's been linked with an exit is Alejandro Garnacho. A very interesting player. A very, very interesting player. I think he's a good player. So I think he's anything special? Not yet. But if you look at his goal contributions, it makes you think this guy might actually be really good. 19, 6 goals, 5 assists in 1,300 minutes. Then the following year, 10 goals, 5 assists, 11 goals, 10 assists. Every year he has improved. He has improved every year. And I think, honestly, concerning Chelsea's transfers, I have no opinion. I have no opinion, and we'll just see how it pans out for them. But you know what? I don't know. I think I saw player comparison somewhere. Yeah, okay. This is the first time I'm trying this. But I believe this is who is going to be battling against. What's going on? I don't even understand how to use this thing. Click on the graph. What graph? Oh, okay. So where is Gittins? Which one is Gittins? So attacking 69. So whichever one is 67, sorry. So okay, Gittins is blue. So attacking 70 to 67. Creativity. I could have just done this for Madison and uh this guy, the bridge. Creativity 64, 65. Technical ability 62, 72. 60, 72. What am I saying? 56, 72. Defending slightly better. Tackling. That's tackling, yeah. Tactical 43, 39. So I think in the ones that Ganacho is even better than him at is narrow. But in the ones that, especially technical ability, is levels above him. Is levels above him in technical ability. Levels above him. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know why is this span so small. I don't even understand what I'm saying. But yeah, Ganacho to Chelsea. Honestly, I don't really, I don't really think the Ganacho is anything special. I think that's still very raw. He could potentially be someone special in the future, but right now, not really. Not really. Does it improve the Chelsea score 11? No, in my opinion. Does it improve their squad? Yes, he does. And Chelsea are going to be playing a lot of games. Chelsea are going to be in a lot of competitions, and they do need to improve the squad. So I think Garnacho is a good sign for their squad. Now, at what price? I'm hearing that Chelsea want to sign him for 30 to 35 million, and Manchester United want to sell him for 50 million. What price do I think is a good price for Garnacho? So his market value here is 42 million euros. 42 million euros is how much in pounds? To pounds. No, 42 million euros to pounds. 36 million pounds. But let's check transfer market. Garnacho transfer. What is market value? 45 million euros. That's incredibly low. And Chelsea are right in their valuation. What? Ah, I don't understand. Why isn't this one working? Weird. Um, that's very weird. Okay. So yeah, 38 million pounds. So yeah, I think 40 million pounds should do the deal because Chelsea are valuing him at 30 to 35, and this guy's valuing him at 50, which is insane. I think 40 million pounds should do the deal for Garnacho. Still very raw, nothing special. Potentially could be special, but right now, do I think he's anything special? No, I don't. And I think that the money that United are asking for is madness, especially considering we all know they want to get rid of the player, regardless of what Amarim says. They want to get rid of Garnacho. So we'll be doing you a favor here. So yeah. Savinho now is another interesting one because it looks like right now this deal is not going to happen. Like Shanta said earlier, City already blocked the Savinho entry. So it's being reported that I think somebody high at City, I think their CEO, is trying to block the deal. This deal has to happen. I don't know how, but it has to happen because Tottenham Hotspur need to replace Heung-min Son. And if you look at the left winger market, it's not looking good. I think that Leao is somebody that we've discussed here a couple times. Leao, while he's a very good player, I think that because the season has started, that price is going to go up for Rafa Leao. And how is his strength high pressing when he doesn't do any defensive work? That's funny. But yeah, Leao, his stats, I said stats, his price is going to go up because he look at impact player, 17 minutes on the pitch, one goal. What a player. But anyways, he his price is going to go up in my opinion. So I think that I don't even know where we go from here if we miss out on Isabio. And I can't remember the YouTuber I heard from this or say this, heard this from, not from this. Wait, Savio Tottenham priority. The person said that Savio has always been our priority, and that he has always been our priority, and that we have always wanted to sign him. He has always been the priority signing. That Eze just happened to come up because of the Madison injury, but like we wanted Gibbs White, who was a number 8 that could play 10 and play 8. That profile I spoke about yesterday, we still haven't gotten. But like Eze was an opportunity thing because of what happened with Madison. It's not like he was on the list. He came on the list after the Madison injury and inability to get Gibbs White. But Savio is somebody that we always wanted. Apparently, that's why I heard from the YouTuber. So yeah, I find that very interesting. I find that very, very interesting. And this is a player that I like. This is a player that I want at Tottenham Hotspur. I think is an absolute must sign, in my opinion. Like, if we don't sign this guy, I don't know where we go from here for the left wing position. Because honestly, so much room to grow. He has so much potential. He's at the right age. He hasn't really settled at City. He could become a left winger for years to come. I don't know. Like, especially seeing like how good Richarlison looked when he just told him to stay inside the box and just create for him. And that's what I was saying. Like the same thing that happens with Richarlison for Brazil. When we always wonder why Richarlison looks so good for Brazil, is that he has wingers like Neymar, he has wingers like Vini, Rodrigo that are creating for him. At Brazil, they just tell Richarlison, stay at the box, stay in the box, and like will create for you. And that's the same thing that is going to happen to him if he has top wingers. If he has a Savio has one hell of a cross on him. One hell of a cross on him. And like having wingers that can just whip a ball in to space for their striker. Players like Solanke and Richarlison that I know that they're like create 5, 6 for me to score two type of strikers, they will feast because there's going to be so many chances being created for them. And I think he's going to do them the world of good. I need this guy in my team. Like if you look at his strengths, long balls is the strength of his, passing is the strength of his, playmaking. Do you know what it means for them to write playmaking as your strength? Like I said, if you check the people, the kind of people that they write that for is Rafael Leao. Rafael Leao, and we know how elite Rafael Leao's dribbling is. If you check Iberici, there's no playmaking as the strength. It's not there. It's not there. So, like, it's not there as a strength. So, it should tell you the level that Savio is when it comes to creating chances for others. Like, for you to, for, and Iberici is meant to be the number 10, by the way. He's meant to be the number 10. Let's even check Madison. Let's check Madison. Let's check Madison. So playmaking is a strength as well. Like for playmaking to be a strength of yours, that is incredible, honestly. And I think he's a top chance creator. And on the left side, he could also potentially be a good threat or a good goal threat, especially under the guidance of Thomas Frank. And the thing about Savio is that it's not even just about Kini, it's about this. This is what is very key. Because it's one thing for you to sign a player like Matisteo that still needs some developing. Savio needs some developing. Like I said, a lot of people are saying, oh, Savio this, Savio that. Savio had a 7.23 match rating in his first season in the Premier League, in his first season at Manchester City. Like, do you get what I'm saying? This was his first year, and he had 12 goal contributions in his first year. His first year. His first year in La Liga, he had 21 goal contributions and 19. Yeah, this year is becoming 22. So 21, 22 this year, 2021, 19, 20. So it was 19, 20 here, this Girona season, 19. And he was able to do that. Like, this is a top talent. Top talent. And that's what I'm saying. Like, we can't miss out. I don't care how much. See, even if it's 60 million, 70 million euros, just close your eyes and pay it. We paid that for Richarlison. Solanke is our record signing. Come on. Just close your eyes. Let's just close your eyes. Because I know I was saying that the money was too much before. I did say that. But now, as the window or the end of the window comes closer, where do we go from here? Like, honestly, where do we go from here? Where do we go? There's no Semenyo. He has signed a new contract. Where? Who are the left wingers on the market? There's no one really. Leao is going to cost more now because the season has started. And the thing about City wants to sell. I know City are coming out saying they don't want to sell. But Pep has come out to say that the squad is too big. So they want to sell. Obviously, they won't tell Tottenham that they want to sell. There starts to be, it's not for sale to drive up the price and whatever, but they want to sell. And one thing that we know about City is when a player doesn't want to stay at the club, you can go. Thank you. It's as simple as that. So we know they want to sell. So all this rubbish about the CEO blocking, I don't believe it. Because what they're saying is, oh, Pep wants this and the CEO wants this. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't. It's the same thing with how Alvarez. Let me check first. How many seasons did Alvarez have at City? City are the kind of people that if there's more, Jesus Christ, look at his market value, close to 100 million. It's not they're not the kind of club that hold on to players. Two windows, 2 seasons. Let me check. How much did City sign him for? They don't waste time. If there's money to be made, how much did the City sign Alvarez? I know it was for something very cheap. 14.4 million. How much did what's their name? Atletico. $81 million. 81 million. So that's 82 million, and they signed him for basically 14 million. So 82 minus 14. 68 million profit is what they made on Alvarez. So City are the kind of club that if there's a deal to be done, they will sell. So I don't believe all these things. I think they will sell, and I think Tottenham will get him. And the reason why I want this Savio deal to get done, yeah, they signed him for 25 million euros. The reason why I want this Savio deal to get done is that if Savio gets done, if Savio gets done, then we can go to Leverkusen and just drop 52 million or 51 million, whatever is the release clause. Because some people say 51 million, some people say 50 million. But yeah, whatever it is, go and drop the release clause, negotiate the fee, and then we've spent a lot of money already this summer. We spent 55 million, 55 plus, we'll be spending 60 million on kudos, so 55 plus add-ons, so that's already another 55, 50 plus 50, 100, 110. So 110, potentially, Savio could be 60, so that's 170 million, and potentially another 52 million. 170 plus 52 is 222 million. Now, we've only sold Son for, I think, 15 million. So 222 million. Let me write that down so I don't forget. 222M. That's 222 million. How much did Spurs sell Son? 26 million pounds to $6 million to pounds is what? 19 million. So 19 million. So that's 19 million from the sale of Son, and that's all we brought in. So 222 minus 19, 203. So we still need to make a lot of sales. We still have a lot of sales to make. So yeah, like personally, we have to sign Savi. We have to. And I know City won't sell him to us before the City game. They won't sell him to us before the City game. But yeah, moving on from Savio. If we can't get Savio, who do we go for? We're being linked to our Kalush, Kalush. Let me, our Kalush, Monaco. Come. Our Kliush. Who is our Kliush? Interesting. This guy won't come cheaper. What's the market value? Our Kliush transfer market. 45 million euros. 45 million euros is what? 30 something million pounds. 38 million pounds, so 39. Basically 40 million pounds. See, that's not even very far off. What's his name? This guy, Savio. And he's also a right wing guy, doesn't even fit what we need. So I think this link is just rubbish to just make City be on their toes. Honestly, I think it's Savio or nothing. I think we will get Savio. Or maybe I'm hoping, but I think it's going to get done. I don't know why. But yeah, moving on from Savio, something big happened today, and you're probably wondering what. Isaac dropped a statement, and I found this very interesting and insightful because there's been like a lot of talk surrounding this transfer to, or his potential transfer to Liverpool. So here is the statement. I firmly believe that change is in the best interest of everyone, not just myself. I'm proud to be recognized by my fellow professionals with a place in the PFA Premier League team of the season for 24-25. First and foremost, I want to thank my teammates and everyone at Newcastle United who has supported me along the way. Still thank them. I'm not at the ceremony tonight with everything going on. With everything going on, it didn't feel right to be there. I've kept quiet for a long time while others have spoken. That silence has allowed, hi, my traditional tongue again, has allowed people to push their version of events, even though they know it doesn't reflect what was really said and agreed behind closed doors. The reality is that promises were made, and the club has known my position for a long time. To now act as if these issues are only emerging is misleading. Mhm. When promises are broken and trust is lost, then the relationship cannot continue. That's where things are for me right now, and why change is in the best interest of everyone, not just myself. That is a very heavy statement, a very, very heavy statement. And I believe him because if you guys think back to all this while when people have been linked to Isaac, they've always said that Newcastle stance was he's not for sale. Newcastle stance is that he's not for sale. We never re- we never really heard of Isaac's stance. Never. And a player doesn't just start acting like this out of the blue. And the thing about these clubs is that they know how to spin the narrative and turn you or against players and things like that because they know that fans have an affection towards the club. So it's very easy to spin the story. And the thing about this Isaac thing as well is that everybody's saying, oh, Isaac is acting somehow, Isaac is doing this, that's bad, that's bad. Newcastle want to sign Wissa. Wissa at Brentford is doing the exact same thing Isaac is doing. So where's the hypocrisy? And who is the fool? Who is the fool here? Because the person they want to sign is doing the exact same thing that Isaac is doing. So who is the fool? Like, do you get what I'm saying? So I think that he should leave. They should let him go, and they will let him go because at this point he has made it clear he doesn't want to have anything to do with his club anymore. And a player's career is only so long. Isaac is how old? The player's career is only so long, and you can't come and he's turning 26 this year. So he has like 4 years away from 30. His career is only so long, and you guys can't come and use your own to hold him back in his career. And if it was a situation where Newcastle were even making signings, so let's say they were even able to improve the team, maybe Isaac consider staying for 1 more year. Do you get what I'm saying? But considering their transfer window and how bad it has been, there's no even motivation for the player. If you even wanted to convince the player, okay, he said he has made his stance clear for a long time. If you even wanted to convince the player otherwise, there's no even motivation. You brought in Elanga, you brought in Malik Thiaw. I'm not saying that these are not decent players, but these are not the kind of players that Isak wants to be playing with. It feels like I know. Some people say, "Oh, but Eddie Howe made him, Newcastle made him," but he has outgrown the club now, or he feels that way, and now he wants to go to do other things. And if anything, Newcastle, the same thing as Nottingham Forest, will develop a reputation for not wanting to let players go. Because clubs like this, a lot of the time, when you come to likes of Tottenham, Newcastle, and all these clubs, Crystal Palace, all these clubs, majority of the time, if the big clubs come for you, you want to go, like the bigger clubs. And this whole Isak thing is very funny because they don't understand the impact that is doing reputation wise. Because now players want to come and want to have release clauses in their contracts because these guys have made it clear that they don't want to let me go or they don't want to sell players that want to leave. So if you're telling me a Real Madrid should come for me now, Newcastle want to block me from going to my Real Madrid, that's out. We'll fight. Oh. Something must go down because I have to go to Real Madrid. And that's the thing that they're not factoring in. It's about the long-term impact that this will have on their reputation as a football club. It's not even just about now. A lot of these guys don't, a lot of people don't think far. They don't think far. So yeah, that's just my own take on it. Like I feel like it's very hypocritical from Newcastle and from the media as well, because Newcastle's own target in Wissa at Brentford is doing the exact same thing. But just because Wissa is not a high-profile name like Isak, nobody's talking about it, and it's not being linked to Liverpool. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody. But it's the exact same thing. Exact same thing. Hypocrisy. But yeah, that's just my take on it. I think it's an absolute joke, and they should just let this guy go. He has to do what's best for himself and his career. A footballer's career is only so long. That's why I understand why, like, when people push for moves, and why I thought that what Gibbs White did was so stupid. And I hope nobody comes for him. I hope nobody buys him from Nottingham Forest. I hope he retires there because, and Nottingham Forest, by the way, they are even on my talking points today. I hope they regress. Let me add regress, and nobody buys him because Nottingham Forest are looking very scary. I can't lie to you. I'm genuinely terrified about what's going on at Nottingham Forest. Another link that I've seen has been Rodrigo to City, and there are some reports, very contrasting reports actually. Some are saying, "Oh, City don't want to let Savinho go because Rodrigo doesn't want to leave Real Madrid, and they would only let Savinho go if they get the right price, and if they are able to get Rodrigo, who they are looking at as the replacement." And I think that is incredibly stupid, to say the least. I think Real Madrid played today. Let me confirm. I think Mbappe scored today. I know Mbappe scored a pen today. Ah, yeah. Mbappe scored today and they won. Let me see their lineup. So they played Brahim. Rodrigo is where? Rodrigo. He's not even on the bench. Not playing. Can you see what I'm saying? This is this is exactly what I wanted to say. Saying that, oh, Rodrigo doesn't want to leave Real Madrid. This manager has made it clear that Adegule is in his plans. Brian Diaz is in his plans. Master Master Tuono is in his plans. Um, if Rodrigo doesn't leave to join City, he will be the most stupid player of all time. Honestly, he doesn't have a future at Real Madrid, and this manager has made it clear. If you check, let me show you guys. Let me show you guys. Let me show. Don't tell, like my teacher would say. Show, don't tell. My creative writing teacher back in university. Jesus Christ, I'm old. Ah, but yeah. So let me show you guys. Club World Cup. First match of Club World Cup. Lineups. Rodrigo. Where's he? Starting lineup. Okay. So this was against Alilal. Okay. So Rodrigo versus Alilal. He played. Next match, Rodrigo versus Pachuca. Lineups. Rodrigo is not in the lineup. Rodrigo doesn't come on. And this is a player telling me he wants to stay at Real Madrid. Or they're saying he wants to stay at Real Madrid. An absolute joke. Let me show you guys. Let me show you. Next one, Salzburg. Rodrigo. Vini, Garcia, Trent, Bellingham, Valverde. So even in this lineup, he still did not enter. 3-5-2. Okay. Rodrigo. Okay, he came on from the bench. For like very few minutes, by the way. Let's check the timeline. Substitution. Let me check for it. When did he come on? So he came on 67th minute. So that's 90 minus 67. That's 23. 23 minutes left. That's when Rodrigo is coming. Let's check that other one that he came on. Came on, yeah. I think the last one he came on. He started against Alilal. Then the Pachuca, he came on. When did he come on? Timeline. Rodrigo. He came on quite early. It would appear. Or did he start? Oh, he didn't come on in this game. Oh, yeah. He didn't come on. So the first game he started. The second game, he didn't come on. The third game, he came on for 23 minutes. Let's even check that Alila. Let's check if he was subbed out against Alila. Timeline. So let's see. Rodrigo was subbed out. Okay. When was he subbed out? 65th minute. Not bad. Not bad. So let's check after. Let's check. Juventus lineups. Rodrigo is not in the lineup again. Rodrigo doesn't come on from the bench again. Yep, Rodrigo doesn't come on from the bench again. That was Juventus, right? Rodrigo doesn't come on from the bench. Where's the next game? The next game is Dortmund. Lineups. Rodrigo is not in the lineup again. Rodrigo comes on from the bench. When does Rodrigo come on from the bench? Rodrigo comes on in the 86th minute. Oh, good lord. This is a player that you people are telling me doesn't want to leave Real Madrid. Be deceiving yourselves. Okay. Then PSG. They destroyed them, by the way. That press, that PSG press, killed them. These their centre backs. Absolute shit show. Anyways, Rodrigo is not in the lineup. Did Rodrigo come on? Rodrigo, he didn't come on again. And this is the player that you guys think has a future around Madrid. I'm just scared. I think he's just scared Spurs won't sign Savinho at all. And City might not even approach. I think wait, who is just scared? What are you talking about, Shanta? Who is just scared? Or do you mean you? I think if Spurs really made a better move for Savinho, things will be different for Rodrigo, in my opinion. I think City. I think let me tell you what I think. I think that Spurs went for Eze, knowing that City won't sell Savio to us before the City game. So we made Eze a priority and want to get Eze in before City to give us a better chance against City. But City won't want to strengthen us against them. Do you understand? So Spurs had to go for Eze because Eze we can get in before City. Do you understand? So that's why I think. That's why I think. But I think that City is going to sell. Pep Pep doesn't come. See, Pep came out to say it with his own mouth that this squad is too big. He doesn't like big squads. The squad is too big and he can't keep everybody happy. Oscar Bob is back. Savio's game time is going to reduce because Bob is an absolute gem of a player. His goal contributions might not tell you that, but wow, what a player. Rodrigo is scared to talk to City about his wish to move. Funny enough, I saw somewhere that they've agreed um, personal terms. Rodrigo agrees. Oh, spelling doesn't matter. You understand what I'm saying? Personal terms with City. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I know I saw this today. My understanding is Rodrigo has agreed personal terms with City. So Manchester City have agreed personal terms with Real Madrid star Rodrigo as they look to secure his signature this summer. Um, Man City have been linked with Rodrigo over the past week as Pep Guardiola looks to strengthen his attacking options. It comes after Tottenham made a move to sign Savinho, who is reportedly keen to secure a suite in North London before the transfer window closes on September 1st. Real Madrid are understood to be open to letting Rodrigo leave for the right price this summer, with new boss Xabi Alonso not completely sold on the winger. The 24-year-old registered 14 goals and 11 assists in 54 appearances last season. Rodrigo at Real Madrid. 270 appearances, 68 goals, 47 assists. So 68 plus 47 is what? 115. So 115 goal contributions in 270 games. So 115 divided by 270 is 0.4. 0.4. That's not very good. But that's good, but not elite. It's good, but not elite. Um, so Shanta said the thing is Spurs don't value Savinho at 70 million. So saying the deal will happen is just stupid, I think. We might end up signing Kubo, who really has underwhelming stats. I don't think Kubo is physically like capable to play in Premier League. Technically, yes, but I don't think he's physically capable to play in Premier League. And I think the 70 million that they're asking is 70 million euros. So apparently, there were some reports that we beat 70 million euros and they rejected it. And I can't remember the journalist that I watched, but I think it was probably Ben Jacobs or somebody. I can't remember who, I can't remember where, because I watched so much content to inform myself on what's happening. And apparently it's a lie. So we haven't bid since the 50 million euros that we bid. And I think that all this is rubbish. Like all this talk about 70 million is rubbish because Tottenham Hotspur would have made inquiries before bidding the first bid of 50 million euros. Do you get what I'm saying? And I feel like you wouldn't bid 50 million euros, which is 43 million pounds, if you know that they're asking for 60 million pounds. Like that gap is too much. And I just feel like a lot of like these things that we're hearing might be rubbish, honestly. I think it might be rubbish because you don't bid 50 million euros if they're asking for 70 million. It's too much. The gap is too much, and you would have made inquiries before bidding. Do you get? Because I think that's what these guys do. They make inquiries, then bid close, then they negotiate. Do you understand? So yeah, I don't know. That's just my thinking. Um, Speaking exclusively to Football Insider, Boston said, "Well, I think the cost is the inhibitor, and I think that that cost is what they are trying to. Sorry, that cost is what they are trying to get from Tottenham. They have the money. I don't know why they're being greedy. But anyways, I think there are whispers that the deal is effectively done, certainly on the player side, and has been for some months. He's desperate to get out of Real Madrid. And again, as with Donnarumma, Real Madrid want him out. What's this again? What's this rubbish that they are always doing? Why do these sites do these things? I've muted the site. He started almost none of the Club World Cup games. I think he started the first game only. He didn't start the friendly last weekend. I think Real Madrid have had enough. So it's definitely feasible in that aspect. My understanding is wages are not actually as big as you might have expected. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still hundreds of thousands. You know what? Let's check. I think Rodrigo. Can we check his wages here? More. Yeah, 240,000 euros per week. Jesus Christ. How much is that in pounds? 240,000 euros. Euros in pounds. It's 207,000. So 200 pounds per week. 200 pounds per week. City will be able to pay that. I don't think that will be a problem for City. Um, so yeah, I think a top 10 and I think I would think a top 10 and so is at City, so it's still very substantial, but maybe not starting with a 4 on the basic. That might make it more achievable. Let's even check City's wages. Yeah. So yeah. Um. So £500,000 per week. Good Lord. I, do you know, I saw it, but I thought it was my eyes. I thought I couldn't see well or something. Bernardo 300, 295 Mamouche. Wow, this guy's really Tijani 230. What was Tijani on Milan? Rodri 220. That's incredibly low. Wow. Savio 40. Rico Lewis 25. Came from the academy, so it's understandable. Jack Grealish 75. For a player that he signed for 100 million, that's crazy. Wow. Wow. Kawalker 175 is off the wage bill. And a lot of these players are clearing, by the way. So they will be able to afford Rodrigo. So yeah, I think Rodrigo to City is going to happen. And I think Savio to Tottenham is also going to happen. I just think it's a matter of when, honestly. I just think it's a matter of when. Because if you look at the City side, let's see the players that are leaving. This was last season. This was, for this 20, let's check 24, 25. Okay. Okay, so 24, 25. KDB has gone, £400,000 per week. So KDB is away. Jack Grealish, I think they are paying 100% of his wages or something crazy like that. Let me check. How many? How many percent of Grealish wages is Everton paying? What? Nothing on that. But I think Everton are paying his wages, or at least like £200,000. I think like £200,000 or something crazy like that. That Everton are paying. So Grealish is also sort of off the wage bill. Um, Gundogan is still there. Rodri is still there. Akonji is being linked with a move away. And yes, that's actually how to pronounce his name, Akonji. It's a Nigerian name. So yeah. So you guys wondering, is it not Akanji? I mean, whatever you call it. I don't even know what you guys call it. But it's Akonji. Um, so yeah. Netanaki is still there. I don't know if he would leave. Should I play? Ortega is being linked with a move away. The goalkeeper as well, Ederson is being linked with a move away as well. Savio could potentially be leaving. So there's room. Like there's room. Kyle Walker has gone. Calvin Phillips. Does this guy even have a club? Is he still at City? Is he still at City? Oh my god, he's still at City. Oh wow. It's actually still at City. I think they will be trying to get rid of that one as well. So Calvin Phillips as well. Um so yeah, I think there are lots of outgoings at City. Lots of outgoings. So yeah, I think there are going to be lots of outgoings at City. So there's going to be room for him, Rodrigo, that is. So yeah, there's going to be room. There's going to be room for him on the wage bill. So yeah, there's another player that I've been hearing about, and I don't even think I know this guy. I've been hearing about this guy. I don't know him. I first saw this lady on Sky Sports. She has top football knowledge, by the way. I rate her. I don't know her name, but yeah, she comes on Sky Sports and she does all this suggesting 200 million for your transfer, this, that. But anyways, that show that they do on Sky Sports Premier League. And she was the first person I heard mention this guy. I know nothing about him. This is my first time going through his stats. I was born in 2004. I am 21. He was born 2 years before me, so he's 23. So 2002, 23 years old. Okay, yeah, he's living here. Why did I need to do that? Anyways, 20,000 euros per week. That is a very good, very, very, very good salary. Um, Let's check the stats. Let's check the stats. New chat. Share this tab instead. Interpret these stats for me. Use gold stars instead. Let me check Fabrizio if there's anything that's come out. Any new update? Fab. Newcastle, Craig Hope. I follow this channel, this Instagram channel called Newcastle Updates. So it said exclusive Craig Hope. Newcastle have no intention of allowing Isak to leave in the light of bombshell statement. The club have pursued alternatives and would have explored sale to Liverpool. But message from the top tonight is clear. He will be told he is staying. Looks like the statement was one last attempt to force a move from him, but it's worked against him as it has made us want to give him his wish even less. I'm losing my mind. What did I just read? What did I just read? What? Let me read that again. Look at it. Let me read it again. I'll read it again. Jesus Christ, what did I just read? And the Newcastle fan is laughing. The Newcastle fan wrote, ha 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 ha, at Alex Isak, like atted him. Wow. Let me check the comment. Okay, his comments have been turned off. Is it that bad? Wow, is that bad? He has turned off his comments. His comments have been limited. So it's only like old comments where you can see come to Liverpool. Let me read that again. So he said, Newcastle, Jesus Christ. Wow, this is really getting toxic. Sure. Let me adjust my leg. Um, Newcastle now have no intention of allowing Alexander Isak to leave in the light of bombshell statements he made tonight. And I thank God that I follow like the clubs that I speak on Instagram, so I get updates like when like as a Tottenham fan now, there are Tottenham updates that I would know that other people won't know because they don't go searching for it. But because I follow all these other channels, I get like things that only people in that fan base should know, basically. So yeah. Anyways, and the guy is tier one, by the way. This Craig Hope guy, maybe Newcastle tier one. So he said, let me start again from the beginning. Newcastle now have no intention of allowing Alexander Isak to leave in the light of bombshell statements he made tonight. The club would have explored a sale to Liverpool if they signed alternatives. But message from the top tonight is clear. He is told he will be staying. The statement has given the hierarchy no other choice. I don't even know where you go from here. Rodrigo, again tonight, Fabrizio posted on you sub for Xabi Alonso as he remains on the bench again. The Brazilian has averaged 15 minutes played per game under Xabi Alonso since the FIFA Club World Cup. Man City wants Rodrigo as top target only if Savinho leaves Tottenham to join Tottenham. No, not agreed yet. What else again? Xabi Alonso, Rodrigo, nothing is happening. I can count on Rodrigo, of course. It's just a game. This was my decision. I find this incredible. This Isak news and this whole Isak thing is genuinely toxic. You know what? Let me check if I can find it for you guys. Craig Hope. We'll come to this guy where God, where see we have gone on a tangent now. Craig Hope, Twitter, Craig Hope Isak. Yeah, okay. Oh my, don't even mess me up like this. Okay. Newcastle respond after Isak breaks silence with bombshell statement claiming club have broken premises as on strike stars tries to force Liverpool. God, my God, this is really toxic. Yeah, exactly. So this is what I was just reading. Thank God. You guys can see it now. You guys can see it. Okay. Newcastle now have no intention of allowing Isak to leave in light of bombshell statements in which he accused the club of broken promises. The club have pursued alternatives all summer and had they signed one of their top targets, they would have explored Isak's sale to Liverpool, recognizing his desire to move on. However, the message from the top tonight is that Isak will be told he's staying at the club. The hierarchy believe that they have now been left with no choice but to stand firm after the striker released his inflammatory statement. Ha! Bam! Everywhere is hot. Everything is hot. Jesus Christ. My brain. My brain. Oh my God. So you're telling me that we have Isak, who has said he's never playing for Newcastle again, and you have the board that are telling him you have a contract, you sign a contract, and you're going to play. I want to see how this goes because I don't even know where to go from here. I don't know how this goes. This is very toxic. Okay, let's continue reading. Let's continue reading. Jesus Christ, this is very toxic. Oh my God, God, I'm stressed. What? What? Why would they do that? As recently as this weekend, they were still trying to bring in two strikers that would have allowed them to consider a renewed approach from Liverpool, sorry, having previously missed out on the likes of Yao Pedro, Liam Delap, Hugo Ekitike, or Benjamin Sesko. But one signing, let alone two, has proven difficult, and the growing likelihood was that Isak would have to stay on Tyneside, despite his insistence on never playing for the club again. That's what I'm saying. So Isak has said he's never playing for the club again, and now the Newcastle board are saying, "Brother, you signed a contract, and you're going to honor the contract." The 25-year-old star broke his silence on his strike on Tuesday night, saying trust has been lost and that a change was best for all parties. We've already read the statement. Daily Mail Sports reviewed last month Isak and his cap were furious last summer when the sporting director told them he will not be getting a new contract. Mind you, this is the thing that clubs don't tell you, by the way. I forgot this as well. Newcastle or Isak wanted a new contract and he felt like he had earned it. The club, however, told him that he wasn't going to get a new contract. So, mind you, I know they're trying to paint him as if he's the villain here, but he did ask for a new contract and they didn't give him the new contract. Now, previous co-owner Amanda Stavely had discussed improved terms with them in the spring, believing his worth and due a pay rise based on his performances. That led to the feeling of resentment, and Isak's mind was made up that he wanted to move on, informing the club at the end of last season of his intention to leave. However, Newcastle have tried and so far failed to find a replacement. That's not my problem. I don't give a shit. Let me not swear. But I don't care. That's not my problem. I told you I wanted to leave. If nobody wants to come to you, how is that my fault? This is Isak's stance. That's not my business. But anyways, um, however, yeah, sources close to the situation believe that this has triggered the release of a statement in which Isak says there is no way back. I've kept quiet for a long time, and while others have spoken, he wrote on his Instagram account. The silence has allowed people to push their own version of events, even though they know this doesn't reflect what was really said and agreed behind closed doors. The reality is that promises were made. The club has known my position for a long time, and they've had a long time as well to sign players. To now act as if these issues are only emerging is misleading. When promises are broken and trust is lost, the relationship cannot continue. That's where things are for me right now, and why this change is in the best interest of not just everyone, but sorry, of everyone, not just myself. Let me see comments. We saw latest. End of the day, he has a contract, and as a professional, he should be prepared to honor it, given he knew the terms when he signed it. He will soon turn out again if he keeps getting fined every week. He will soon turn out. What does turn out mean? I don't know what that means. I don't know what turnout means. They should allow him leave and invest the money. Exactly. Just like Liverpool did with the Coutinho money. Exactly. Stick to your guns. Newcastle FC. He will soon change his tune when he needs to play during World Cup year. God, people are evil. Playing devil's advocate here. There's a possibility he and his agent didn't understand what they were being told by the judges. You know, because of their weird, funny sounding English. Oh my god. Don't do that. That's rude. That's incredibly rude. I'm sorry, I didn't even know what was there. That's rude. Don't do that. They didn't think his statement was bad at all. Exactly. The guy has the right to put his side across. Exactly. Really not going to end well unless common sense starts to kick in from all parties. Exactly. Because it's looking really toxic right now. Incredibly toxic. Greed. Betrayal. Are you serious? Is that what you guys think? These are probably Newcastle fans. Oh, betrayal. You will never walk alone. The whole transfer window has been a sorry state of affairs for Newcastle. As long as Newcastle paying him salary that was mutually negotiated, and when he signed the contract with them, then no promises are being broken. That's a joke. He needs to knuckle down and get on with it. 4-year contract. Nothing guarantees like a guarantee. It was 6 years. Jesus Christ, he signed 6 years. And I think he still has like 3 years on his deal. When does Isak's contract expire? 2028. Bam. Jesus Christ. Jesus. His contract ends in 2028. He's finished. He's finished. Oh my god. He doesn't even have leverage. He doesn't have leverage. So why is he acting like this? He has no leverage. Yeah. Bam. And now Newcastle fans hate him. Jesus. Okay. Even after all that, Shanta said, okay, even after all that, no one is bigger than the club. Isak should have been more professional. He's calling for a downfall if he doesn't fix his attitude. Shanta, let's be objective here. We don't know what was said behind closed doors. And the club, from the statement I've seen, they made it clear that they were meant to find a replacement and let Isak go. But because they've not been able to find a replacement, now they don't want to let him go. They probably told him that he was going to go. He's allowed to leave. But then they tried to replace him. Everybody rejected them, which is not Isak's fault, by the way. It is no cause of his, by the way. And now you're telling me he's not allowed to leave the club, even though it was agreed that he will be let to leave the club. Now you're telling me he's not allowed to leave the club because you're unable to sign a replacement. Go back a year. He tried to sign a contract extension. He wanted to stay at the club. You tell him he's not getting a contract extension. No problem. Now I want to leave. Now you're telling me I can't leave. Is this a joke? I agree he should have been more professional, but at the same time, what Newcastle is doing doesn't make sense. And that's the thing, we don't even really know the story from Isak's side, by the way. We don't know. We don't. But from how Eddie Howe has spoken in press conferences, I think that he knows that it's not entirely on Isak because there are things that were promised. Promises were made. Things were agreed. But yeah, his contract ends in 2028. This guy is finished. He's finished. If he wants to be crazy, you say he's not playing for the club again. Breach of contract. Can they sue him? Can they? Let me go. Let's check. So let me explain the scenario. Isak wants to leave Newcastle, but he's under contract till 2028. He It's 2025. He says he will never play for the club again. If he never plays for them again, can Newcastle sue him for breach of contract? All this one is Okotomiao. Okay, so okay, let me read it. If Isaac is under contract to 2028, 3 years left, he is legally obliged to fulfill the contract unless Newcastle agree to sell or terminate. He unilaterally terminates. What does unilaterally mean? What does that mean? Indicate used to indicate eh? When somebody does something without the agreement of others. Okay, interesting. Is that possible? Which comes with big risks. Crazy. If he refuses to play, now we're getting into law. This is crazy. If he refuses to play, if he flat out refuses to play or train, that is considered a breach of contract. In practice, the club would fine him, wages held for refusing to work, suspend him from team activities. In extreme cases, pursue damages for breach of contract. Jesus Christ. Yes, in theory, but football usually avoids civil lawsuits. Instead, FIFA handles contract disputes. Under FIFA's regulations on the status, if a player unilaterally breaches contract without just cause, they and the new club can be ordered, and their new club can be ordered to pay compensation. Compensation is often calculated based on remaining wages plus transfer value plus damage to the club. Ha! Jesus. Where do you even go from here? This is really bad. I wish them well, and I love this as a Tottenham Hotspur fan because that is one less brilliant player that is facing my club. So it's good. But as a football fan, this is incredibly scary and alarming. Hand on my heart. Incredibly scary. And you don't like to see things playing out like this. But anyways, we wanted to check data on the player. Louis Lucien Aguemo. Let me know butcher his name. So yeah. Sorry, okay, we have it here. Use gold stars. Okay, so I think this is my last talking point. Oh, I have a couple more actually. I have a couple more talking points. I have a couple more talking points. Okay, so goal scoring. He's a selective shooter. He rarely gets forward. Creativity above average, but not a pure creator. That's quite good for somebody that is a CM/CDM. Sorry, where's it? Yeah. Short creating actions, 3 stars. Good support, but not primarily a playmaker. So he mostly contributes as a secondary player, not a direct attacker. Passing. His passes attempted, 3 star. Progressive passes is one of his standout traits. He plays a lot of risky passes. So he looks to move the ball forward quickly instead of recycling. So he takes risks. You better be able to win that ball back. Um, so ball carrying average take ons is very good. Press resistance. Wow. Excellent success rate. Doesn't carry much, but when he does, he beats his man cleanly in bold. Crazy. Defensive work is very good. Interceptions, elite. Wow. Aerial duels is very good. Discipline is very good. So he wins the ball back. His defensive reading of the game is elite. He destroys attacks without recklessly fouling. Mind you, he's in what club? What club is he in? He's at he's currently at Sevilla. It's a good club. And that's in the La Liga league as well. Possession play, solid involvement, but not a deep line orchestrator. So he's not really a ball carrier. He's even more of a passer. No, he's more of a ball carrier than a, or he can do everything. But just because he's deep, he doesn't really do it. From what I'm seeing here. Because if you check his progressive passes, very good. Passes attempted is not much. He takes a lot of risky passes. His progressive carries too, decent, decent, decent as well. So he can do everything, but because he's a DM and he's primarily defending, you don't really see too much of that in the data. Um, it stays deeper, exactly. It stays deeper. So works best as a deep midfielder. So he's attacking 2 stars, passing 3 stars, ball carrying 3.5 stars, defending is really good, physical and deals, it's really good. How do you think he would fit in as a midfielder in Amorim's 3-3-4-3? Rate how good a fit you think he would be over 10. 7.5. That is incredibly good. That is incredibly good. And what is market value? So his name is Lucien Aguirre. So let's check him on SofaScore. 185 centimeters is quite tall. 6 feet tall. Yeah. 8.2 million. Is this a joke? No, no, that has to be a joke. No, 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 no. That has to be a joke. What? Share this tab instead. Transfer market. What's market value? 8 million euros. Huh. Jesus, he's still low. Hey, wait. Are you serious? His strength is tackling. That's scary. When they write your strength is tackling. It's an excellent ball winning midfielder. No outstanding weaknesses. 7.4 in their first game, and he scored a goal. His average over the seasons hasn't really been anything special. He came from Inter. He was at Troyes. I think this Troyes. Yes. I know this club because of Savio. Yeah. I can't. This club looks incredibly familiar. Is this not? Yeah, this Troyes. Yeah, I was right. This Troyes. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, that's Troyes. This club looks familiar, but I can't remember what club this is. Spezia. This is in the Italian league. This is Inter. And this is, I don't know what club this is, but I think it's also the Italian league. This one looks very familiar. I don't know. League 1. What club is this? League 1 table. Brett, I knew you looked incredibly familiar. I knew you looked very familiar. But yeah. Okay. Let's check this. Let's check defending. I don't even understand these acronyms here. But okay, you know what? Let's do this instead. 24-25 season. Hitman. It's mostly here. It's covering this whole space, especially here and on the right side. It seems he likes to bump forward on the right side, not really the left. Um, so let's check his defending. Okay, his passing. His attacking is not really anything special. Assist 3. Expected assist 1.59. So yeah, overperformed this assist as a DM. That's very good. Big chances created 4. Key passes 0.8. Accurate passes 83%. Accurate passes in own half 91%. In opposition half 74%. That's very good. Long balls 45. Accurate chip passes 47. Accurate crosses 17. Defending interceptions 1.2. Tackles per game 2. You know what? Let's check this guy so we understand if that's good or not. Let's think back to Yao Polinia's last season at Fulham and check his own tackles per game. So Yao Polinia's last season at Fulham was 23-24. So Yao Polinia Premier League 23-24. 23-24 tackles per game. I know it was on a whole new level. 4.6. No, we should not be comparing him to someone like this. That's wickedness. DM. Which good DM? Rice. Let's see Rice. Let's see Rice. So 23, 20 last season, 24-25. So tackles per game, 1.5. So that's not bad. But I think, you know what, which other good DM? Roger was unfit last season. Which other good DM there? Do I know? Let's check Tottenham's DMs. Let's even check Ugati. Let's check Ugati and Cass instead of checking other clubs. 2.7. Wow, that's incredibly high. And Cass. Sorry. Let's check Cass. Um 3.5. Yo, I don't know how Sevilla play, but I'm hoping to God that they play in a possession side because it says tackling is elite. So I'm guessing that they play in a possession side. And because Manchester United lose the ball a lot, tackles are higher. And that's why a Declan Rice tackle is 1.5 per game. I'm hoping that that's what I'm putting in my head, and I'm hoping that is it. Possession one in final third, 0.4. Possession ball recovered per game, 4.3 for Casemiro. 4.3. Where is it? 4.3. Let's check the Rice. So I'm guessing is that he plays in a side that is possession heavy. Because I don't watch La Liga, so I wouldn't know. But I'm guessing that's it. When I check the Rice, I will know. Uh, sorry. So Agame is ball recovered per game 3.9 here. Let's check the Rice. That also plays in a side that is possession heavy. 4.5. Ah, this guy is starting to look suspect though. Anyways, okay, dribbled past per game 0.3. What's the client's? The client's dribble past per game 0.7. That's incredibly high compared to this guy 0.3. Clearances 1.1. Declan Rice is 1.4. Wow, it's very high. Errors leading to shot 0. Errors leading to goal 0. Penalties committed 1. Errors leading to shot 0. Errors leading to goal 0. Errors committed 0. Hmm. Successful dribble 76%. For a DM, that's not bad. Total dues 54%. What's the current season? Total dues. So 50%, 51%, 3.4. He only is 4.0. He wins more dues. Ground dues won 56%, 2.8. Ground dues won 2.3. Aerial dues won 50%. Aerial dues won 59%, 1.1. Possession lost 10.2. Possession lost 7.9. Fouls per game 1.4. Fouls per game 0.6. It's incredible. Was fouled 0.2. Was fouled 0.2. Sorry, was fouled 0.5. Um, wow. It doesn't look bad from the data I saw here. I don't think it looks bad. But I think he'll be a very good signing for me, like for United, from what I'm seeing here. I don't think it's bad. And especially at the price that it looks like they will be getting him at. That is crazy. Another thing is there's been reported is that Federico Chiesa is going to stay at Liverpool. That's another thing that is very interesting. And this is something that I was talking about in a sense that I felt like Liverpool were clearing too many people away from the club. And there were too many people leaving the club, and there's too much going on. And a player like Chiesa staying is going to be very, very important for Liverpool next season because it gives them depth. If the likes of Javier Elliott and all these guys are leaving, they need to find depth from somewhere. And Chiesa is going to give them that. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think that's very important for Liverpool Football Club. Um, the last thing I want to talk about is Nottingham Forest before we end. I am genuinely concerned about Forest. And it's not even just because of the Gibbs White thing. I have no business with that. But some of their transfers are starting to terrify me. I saw today that they are on the brink of agreeing a deal for what was his name again? That midfielder, Douglas Lewis. And it's making me worried. So they've signed for their level, for where they are, and they're building a very good, strong squad. And that's what's concerning. And I feel like I said the other day, that there are certain moments that people look back at, like footballing moments that you look back at and you're like, oh, this was the moment that changed everything for this club. And I made reference to Villa where I said that the game against Sheffield, when they were meant to lose that game or something, and I think they drew or they won or something, and or they were meant to draw and they were meant to lose and they drew or something. I can't remember. And the goalkeeper was during lockdown, the first game after lockdown. I remember because a lot of people watched that game because we had not watched football for a long time. And the goalkeeper covered the ball, so the goal line technology couldn't tell the ball went in, but the ball did cross the line. And if you look at that, was the moment that kept Villa in the Premier League. And now Villa went on to be in the Champions League, be in the Conference League, and things like that. And I feel like this thing that happens to Crystal Palace, where Crystal Palace were kicked out of the Europa League and Nottingham Forest were put into the Europa League, might be one of those defining moments for the club's history, in my opinion. So yeah, they've signed Omari Hutchinson, they've signed Dan Ndoye, they signed Kalimwendo, who I think is a good player. You got Jesus Mekati. I don't know who this is, but they've signed him. Cunha. They've signed a goalkeeper as well on a free transfer from Norwich. So and they could potentially be signing Douglas Luiz as well. So they're making a lot of signings and they're really strengthening their squad. And they are going to the next level now. They're going to the next level and they're trying to go to the next level. And the way they destroyed Brentford, the stats, I didn't watch the game, but it was 3-0. It was 3-0. And just seeing that and them continuing from last season, keeping the likes of Gibbs White, okay, 3-1. They score a late goal, okay, 78th minute. So yeah, seeing like what they did to Brentford and all these things, it's just very concerning. It's very concerning. But having players like Savio, Nkapie, and Eberechi will help ease my worries a bit. So Tottenham as well, please help me not to be worried too much. Give me a sec. So yeah, I think signings like this will help ease my worries and help me feel better about the club. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Please, if you've watched this far, please leave a like, please subscribe, and turn on post notifications. If you're new here, thank you very much, Shanda. Thank you for your comments. I'm genuinely grateful to you, honestly, for the support. Thank you very much. And I'm very grateful to everybody who has come this far in the video. Thank you so much. Like I said, please leave a like, please subscribe. Welcome to Not London Narratives, and also turn on post notifications. Take care, guys, and bye bye. I'll see you guys next time. I'm here every day, 10 p.m. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow night by God's grace. So yeah, take care, guys, and bye bye.